Hello, everyone! In a revelation that has left the faith community stunned and reeling with emotion, the wife of Bishop Kervy Brown has finally stepped forward to confirm the swirling rumors that many had feared but few dared to speak aloud, opening up a chapter of heartbreak, spiritual struggle, and ultimate truth that few saw coming. For years, Bishop Kervy Brown stood as a pillar of strength and moral authority, his sermons not only drawing large crowds but also inspiring thousands across the globe with his passionate delivery, deep biblical insight, and unwavering commitment to guiding people through spiritual darkness into the light of divine hope. But behind the pulpit, behind the polished image of an unshakable man of God, a hidden storm was quietly gathering, one that would ultimately shake his family, his congregation, and his legacy to its core. Speculation began to surface months ago when Bishop Brown was seen less frequently in public, canceling appearances, stepping away from church responsibilities, and leaving many to wonder what was truly going on behind the scenes. While some assumed it was merely health-related or stress-induced burnout, those closer to the family sensed something deeper was amiss. Then came the hushed whispers. Rumors of internal battles, strained relationships, and spiritual disillusionment that didn't match the image portrayed in public. The congregation remained loyal, hopeful, and prayerful, waiting for clarity that never seemed to arrive, until now. In a courageous and heartfelt statement released during a private gathering later shared across social media, his wife, First Lady Denise Brown, broke her silence, revealing the emotional and spiritual weight their family has been carrying in private. With tears in her eyes and unwavering poise in her voice, she confirmed that Bishop Brown had been battling not only severe emotional exhaustion, but also a deep crisis of faith and identity, one that led him to step away from both the ministry and their marriage in an effort to find healing and clarity. She explained that while the bishop never betrayed the congregation intentionally, the pressure of holding everything together while ignoring his own pain became unbearable. According to Denise, this was not a sudden fall from grace, but a long, slow unraveling of a man burdened by the expectations of an entire community. She described nights filled with prayer, confusion, and sorrow, watching the man she loved slowly fade behind a mask of perfection, afraid to admit vulnerability in a world that demanded constant strength. But perhaps the most heartbreaking admission came when she confirmed that their marriage, though built on love and faith, had quietly been dissolving behind closed doors for nearly a year, and that the bishop had moved out of their shared home weeks before the announcement, seeking solitude and spiritual redirection. She emphasized that while they remain united in their faith and in co-parenting their children, the romantic and ministerial partnership they once had has come to an end, at least for now. Denise asked for understanding, privacy, and compassion, not just for her and the bishop, but for all spiritual leaders who carry the weight of others' souls while often neglecting their own. In the aftermath of her statement, reactions were swift and passionate, some expressing sorrow, others confusion, but many offering support, reminding the world that even spiritual giants are still human, vulnerable to the same fears, doubts, and struggles as anyone else. Church leaders, fellow pastors, and even some celebrities who were mentored by Bishop Brown took to social media to share memories, prayers, and words of encouragement, highlighting the bishop's decades of service and reminding the public that one chapter does not define an entire life's ministry. Meanwhile, Denise's bravery in speaking truth during a time of emotional turmoil has been widely praised as an act of strength and transparency, challenging the notion that leaders must suffer in silence. As the dust begins to settle, the path forward remains uncertain. Will Bishop Kervy Brown return to the pulpit? Will there be reconciliation? Or will this be the beginning of a new season for both individuals, rooted in separate but still spiritually significant missions? Whatever the outcome, one thing is clear: the myth of perfection has been shattered, and in its place stands a more human, more honest story of pain, faith, and healing. For those who had placed Bishop Brown on a pedestal, the message is sobering but necessary. Even those anointed can falter, and that doesn't erase the impact of their work. It simply deepens the need for grace. As the congregation adjusts to this new reality, the hope is not in flawless leadership, but in the resilience of a faith that endures even in brokenness. This chapter may be painful, but in its rawness lies the potential for growth. not only for Bishop and Denise Brown, but for every believer navigating the complicated, messy terrain of real-life faith. Thanks for watching.